Welcome back to The Grim Reader with an impromptu video with Lily, who's going to help me, not really, to what I'm going to probably call big books that have stymied me so far. And I don't know if I have them all here, but I'm just going to make it here, the video anyway. The first one is actually, I'm going to talk about one that has actually really stymied me. I've tried it twice and I have not been able to get through it, and it's Don Quixote. If maybe I should try listening to this one too. I think one thing I've figured out through my reading of Tom Jones is I'm not the biggest fan of the picaresque, like funny tales of, I don't know, sometimes like I like the Goethe one, biased, the Wilhelm Meister, but Don Quixote, I tried it twice, and I tried actually reading it, and I have to say that both times it was before I got back into reading. I think one time I was still in grad school, and I was probably thinking it's something I should have read. And the second time I got further, and it got kind of funny, since something about burning books, and Sancho Pancho, as I recall, was kind of funny, but the whole thing just didn't grab me enough to keep me going. And with these long books, we all know that that's what has to happen. So that's my first one. If you have any tips on how to finish it, or if you feel the same way, let me know. Let's see. It's a little hard to hold these books up. I'm having some pain in my arms, probably from typical thing. Another one I've sort of tried a couple of times is Gravity's Rainbow by Thomas Pynchon. The only Pynchon I've ever read from, was The Crying of Lot 49, because it's short. And it was good. It was good. And my husband was a Pynchonite for a long time. And I think the main reason why I started listening to this and it was okay. I mean, it's interesting. I'm a little over the Second World War stuff. That of course this is a big part of it, I think. I know it's really interesting and weird, and there's also kind of male stuff that I'm not sure if I'm gonna be liking that much. I mean, I don't know. I know a little bit about some of the plot elements because I hear about them. So I don't know. I'm probably stupid for not just wanting to read Pynchon. But while we're at it, I want to show you one that I actually would prefer to read, is Mason Dixon. If I do a Pynchon, maybe, because I started this one and I really liked what he was doing with the language, the sort of old-timey American take on it. And also, of course, it's very sort of, his writing is very, what's the word? I mean, it's postmodern. It's you have to sort of read through it for the plot, but it's interesting. And I kind of liked the first pages, but then I didn't. I just started it on a whim and then didn't get back to it. So tell me, am I right in thinking this might be a Pynchon for me more than the other one? Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, here's a big one. Another. It's sort of like the bro stuff. I've tried this a number of times, Infinite Jest, and I just got bored with it each time. Something about it did not wow me enough for me to keep going, even though I'm interested in David Foster Wallace. I lived in Amherst, like I've lived in places where he lived, and then he taught at Normal Illinois State University in Normal, Illinois, where you go around taking pictures of the normal police because they're normal. I lived there for 1 year between gigs, academic gigs. And I do remember that. See, that's one thing I remember about Normal. That had a fantastic bookstore downtown, like a used one. And it was so nice. Like if we had that here in Oxford, we don't. Other than that, it was sort of a bit, it was okay. It was close to Bloomington. It's not a bad place. But back to the book. Tennis, lots of pot smoking in the beginning. I mean, and the writing was sort of okay. But again, it just didn't grab me enough. And, from my other video, that I do like the long things, but they have to be of a certain type. I do have, and I'll put a picture up because I don't feel like getting up, I have a copy of Pale King, which I have a feeling in a way, that's another one I think I might prefer, but I know he didn't finish it. So that's what I'm wondering about, David Foster Wallace. And then the other one that I'll just put a picture up here, I'll put the English one, even though, of course, I've tried it in German a couple of times now, is Robert Walz's, I always get them confused. Robert Musil, Man Without Qualities. I've tried it at least twice, and each time I have gotten bogged down in I've just found it too boring. Even though I know so many people love it and show me that it's not boring, but to me, and it was sort of not worth the work of like figuring out what he was doing. I know he was sort of very interested in physics and stuff like that, and maybe that's part of it. Although I'm kind of interested in physics. I mean, it's just a style thing, I guess. And then at the end here, I will say that I sort of have gotten bogged down in. I stopped the second volume of Proust, but I definitely want to read Proust. I'm just sort of holding off on that. That's not really one that I've given up on at all. And I'm not even gonna. I have my two big reads that I'm still committed to doing, and I love both books dearly. That I don't mind that they're going to be on my shelves until the day I die, probably. Miss Mackintosh, My Darling. I just love that novel so much, even though I've only read about 150 pages of it. And also The Aesthetics of Resistance by Peter Weiss. They're special because I've read so little of them and I love them both. So it's like they're already 5-star reads and I haven't really got too much of them, but they're definitely not ones I've given up on. They're just extremely slow reads. And yeah, just a little follow-up to my video, and at some point I'll come back to you with a regular update because I am reading some interesting things, but nothing that I need to talk to you about right now. So this was just a short follow-up to the big book moment. Tell me ones that have thwarted you so far and that you think you might try again or give up on. I think it's kind of you learn something about the reader that way. I hope everyone's doing well. Lily says, "Why are you not paying attention to me, Mama? Why are you talking to the camera?" And I will talk to you later. Bye.